Hi, today I'd like to talk about Sigma DP2s, successor to Sigma DP2. As you know, Sigma DP2s employs a unique sensor called 4-phanon sensor. This sensor is is a little bit bigger than 4/3 sensors, but it is smaller than a bit smaller from regular DSLR sensors like Canon or Nikon crop factor cameras. So what is the difference between this sensor compared to other sensor? This sensor uses 3 layers of pixels to capture red, green, and blue. So at every pixel, they capture full of 3 colors, comparing to DSLR, which only 1 pixel capture one colors information. So as the result, the image quality is better than crop factors DSLR, especially in the quality of the colors and the details. However, this sensor has several downsides. For example, in low light capability is not as good as DSLR. ISO 800 is it's a lot of noise start to appear, and in 1600 and 3200 the noise is just unacceptable, and it's only able to use that high ISO capability when you shoot in RAW. So how's the size? The size DP2s is just a little bit bigger than Panasonic LX3 or advanced compact camera. This camera is pretty compact especially compared to DSLR like Nikon D90. This is D90. So you see the size is really very different, and especially with the lens mounted on this Nikon D90. The build quality is from metal, which is pretty high quality, and it has lens equivalent to 41 millimeter, which is regarded as a normal lens, with the aperture of f2.8, which is pretty fast, but not very fast. It's okay, and it doesn't have built-in image stabilization like in most compact camera. So what is the difference between Sigma DP2s comparing to DP2 or DP1? Comparing to DP1, it has faster processing engine, which called True 2, which is pretty new one, and also it improved the user interface by putting the label in white print. Before, it doesn't have even white print in white labeling, so it's really hard to see. But now Sigma has addressed these critics or complaints by putting it accordingly. So there is what's unique about the Sigma. It has a dial dedicated for macro, not macro, I mean manual focusing mode. It shows distance scale, and also it has quick setup menu that by accessing quick setup menu you can get into popular setting. You can change popular settings such as auto ISO 50-100, and you can change metering mode, white balance, flash mode, and by pressing quick setup menu again, you can change image quality, film mode, release mode, and image size. So basically it's pretty easy to change setting just by quick setup, but compared to DSLR, which has a lot of them has dedicated ISO button or another button, it's a little bit it's a Sigma DP2s is a little bit slower because you need to press quick setup and then you need to push the button until you get the desired setting. So how about the autofocus? The autofocus of Sigma DP2s I think is a little already improved from predecessor, but it's not really fast. Let's see how it goes. This is auto focus mode, and it has 9 points that you can select. See how it goes. And this is pretty bright light. Okay, yeah, it makes some noise in the process, and it's actually not locking focus right, so it has a little bit problem with accuracy, especially when dealing into close object. It cannot really lock focus. The closest focusing distance is 30 centimeter, so at least you need to position the focus outlet. See, not focusing right. So yeah, it's I have pretty hard time in focusing here, but manual focus, you can use manual focus too by pushing the focus button or up button, and then you can dial using this, and you can also press up button to magnify it. And when you lock, you think that the focus is the sharpest, and then you can press the button to take a pictures. So while the autofocus system is not that stellar, but in the bright light, when you shoot far away objects, it's work pretty good. But because it's limited to 30 centimeters at distance, it is not really good at macro photography, which is a little bit the downside of it. So what is the conclusion? I think that Sigma DP2s is very focused on the image quality, which is using a Fovean sensor. It's very unique sensor, and only Sigma camera currently using this sensor, which you can also get the Sigma SD14, which is a DSLR type, so you can use Sigma lenses, interchangeable lenses. But for people that looking for Sigma DP series, is usually looking for a compact form factor with the large sensor, and people that shoot deliberatively, like very careful in composition and probably using tripods, because the lens is the maximum aperture of the lens is not that big. It's not f1.4. No image stabilization built in, and a little bit slow in autofocus. And so yeah, that's all I can share about Sigma DP2s, and I hope you can benefit